All right, so I'm going to go over some of the different barbells that I have here, and 3 of them are 45-pound bars, and one is the Rogue squat bar, which is 55 pounds, and the other is just a 25-pound bar. So I just got the Rogue squat bar. Haven't had a lot of time to really experiment with it. That's this one right here on the end. I was kind of curious with the longer sleeve that it has, and just the heavier weight. I thought that might help balance a little bit better. So kind of curious in that one how that will work out. Come down here, look at the end of them. These aren't perfectly centered, but you can get an idea if we take and match these up. See how much more length you have there. So you can definitely see. Let me see. I can scroll out this way. There you can see how much longer that Rogue squat bar is. Thanks, Jesse. Here, step back, bud. Okay, so the first one is this 25-pound bar, and where we found that in our household to be effective is that Jess and Eli will sometimes use this. If they're doing hang cleans, they can still put a little bit of weight on the end. It's just a little bit lighter weight for the bar itself, and if when the kids are real young or women that are lifting could potentially use that to give them a little bit lighter weight, and it's going to bring it in a little bit closer, as you can see the sleeve. So the weight's going to be a little closer to your body, probably make it a little easier to balance. This next one you're going to have right here is just a standard steel bar. It's one I just got from who knows where. It's a basic bar. It's going to be maybe 150, 200 bucks if you bought it brand new. Nothing real special about it. One of the things you'll see with the different bars are the knurlings. So this one has that center knurling, and this is pretty worn down. Again, you can see the wear on the end of these two. These first 2 bars are just bars I just kind of ended up with. The next 3 are ones I bought brand new, and there's things I like and don't like about them. They're all from Rogue. You can see I like having those 2 little marks in the knurling to where you can see where you line your hands up. The one thing I'll say about this camo one, I really like the feel of the knurling. You don't quite get as good a grip on this old steel bar. This one hasn't been used as much. Actually feels pretty good. But this has it doesn't feel like it's cutting into your hand, but you still have really good grip. But I noticed when you're benching, it's harder to see these lines. If you get real close there, it's hard to see those when you're laying flat. The same with even the red. Again, you can see that fine on video. When you're benching, it just takes a little bit longer to find that. Not impossible, not the end of the world. But if you compare it with a steel bar and saying, what do you like better about the steel? That flashiness, one of the nice things about it is you lay down the bench and you're not like searching for your hand marks. And with having 2 of those marks in the knurling, one of the things you find yourself doing is you might have this hand right here and your finger over there, and you go over here, next thing you know, you're going to the wider one and you're a little off. So having 2 of the marks and it just not being really easy to see, that could actually get kind of confusing. But I do like it. You should take a little more time, make sure your hands are straight. If you want to measure, like if you want to do some sets where your index finger is on the inside mark, on the outside mark, and then you could even, it just helps you kind of stage those things out a little bit, whether you're doing close grip. I do like having the center knurling, which you don't have here. I kind of wish that was in both spots. I really like that about moving on to the squat bar. Just things I noticed, the knurling's a little bit more aggressive. If you're having it on your back, you're going to be able to feel that a little better. Some of my boys use like a pad and different things so the knurling doesn't bother them and the bar doesn't bother them as bad. But as they get stronger, that's not going to bother them as bad. They're still pretty young. My oldest boy's 15. They're only squatting around, 250. Yeah, probably around 250. So as they get heavier and you get stronger, you have more muscle on your back. That just doesn't bother you the same. I think they'll like that. I do like that center mark in the knurling. That's going to help you line up real quick when you're doing a squat. And I do like the idea you have a wider, more loadable sleeve. Not that we're maxing out, but this just feels stronger, so you have less whip. And when I say whip, that means when you come up out of your squat, that's kind of bounce effect that you'll feel from your cheaper bars. You're not going to have that as much, or you're supposed to not have that as much with a heavier bar. And I can squat somewhere between 400 and 500 pounds, although because I'm 40 years old and I have to work a regular job, I'm not really trying to do a bunch of maxing out on full squats, or even doing real heavy on like a box squat. I just want to be healthy, try to lose a little weight, get a little bit stronger. But I like the idea as my kids get stronger. I think that's an appropriate piece of equipment to have. It's also a little thicker around the shaft. So this is 32 millimeters. I don't know if you can see the difference between the rope bars. If we go up top there, if you can see how much of a difference that is. Not a massive difference, but I think you can definitely tell that there's a difference between those two. So that's going to give you a little wider feel when it's on your back, when you're gripping it with your hands. Be interesting to use that on a bench press and see how it feels when you're pressing. I thought maybe that if you have a heavier bar, it might make it feel more stable. I mean, I benched 405 the other day, and I was real happy that I've never benched 405 before, so that thrilled my soul. But I definitely felt a lot less stable doing that than what I care for. So I don't know if I'll try to go much higher than that, just again because I just want to stay safe. But I thought a heavier bar might help that feel a little more stable while I'm holding it up. So anyways, we have more bars than that, but they're all pretty similar. Those are the 5 different variations that we typically use.